So we know that exercise is pretty central, pretty fundamental to being able to extend your life as long as you possibly go in healthy. Extend your health span, you want to exercise on a regular basis.
Welcome, everyone, to an insightful exploration of the profound connection between how we move our bodies and the potential for a long and vibrant life. Today, we have the distinct privilege of learning from Dr. William Li, a physician and scientist who consistently bridges the gap between scientific understanding and practical wisdom for our everyday well-being. While direct scientific comparisons between activity levels and extreme longevity can be complex, Dr. Li draws upon his extensive research and personal observations, including the remarkable life of his own great-uncle, to highlight the crucial role that consistent integrated physical activity likely plays in the lives of those who age exceptionally well. Prepare to discover how embracing regular movement, even in simple forms, can be a cornerstone of a longer, healthier future. Think for a moment about the lifestyles often observed in populations known for their longevity, the blue zones around the world. While their diets and specific customs may vary, a common thread often emerges: a natural and consistent integration of physical activity into their daily routines. This isn't typically about intense workouts at a gym. Rather, it's about movement that is woven into the fabric of their lives, often through activities like walking, gardening, farming, and engaging in community-based movement. Dr. Li's observations resonate with this pattern, particularly when reflecting on the active life of his great-uncle, who lived to the remarkable age of 104. Dr. Li often recounts his memories of his great-uncle, a man who remained active and engaged well into his later years. One of his most consistent habits was his daily walk to a local tea gathering place. This wasn't just a leisurely stroll, it was a purposeful journey that combined physical movement with social interaction, another key element often found in long-lived populations. This daily routine, seemingly simple, likely contributed significantly to his cardiovascular health, mobility, and overall vitality. While it's challenging to directly quantify the exact impact of this specific activity on his lifespan, it serves as a powerful example of how consistent, moderate physical activity, integrated into daily life, can be a hallmark of longevity. Dr. Li emphasizes that the kind of intense, structured exercise that has become prevalent in many modern societies, while certainly beneficial, may not be the only or even the primary driver of longevity seen in these populations. Instead, it appears that a more consistent and less strenuous level of physical activity, sustained throughout the day and across many years, may be a crucial factor. This aligns with the concept of movement snacks, short bursts of activity interspersed throughout the day, which emerging research suggests can have significant health benefits. Consider the contrast with more sedentary lifestyles that have become increasingly common in many parts of the world. Prolonged sitting has been linked to a variety of health issues, including increased risk of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. Dr. Li suggests that the consistent, low-level physical activity inherent in the daily lives of many individuals in long-living populations may help to counteract these risks and promote a more resilient physiology over time. While direct, controlled studies comparing specific activity levels to extreme longevity are ethically and logistically challenging to conduct, the observational evidence and the biological plausibility strongly suggest a link. Our bodies are designed for movement, and regular physical activity, in its various forms, supports numerous vital functions that contribute to overall health and a longer lifespan. These include maintaining healthy blood flow, supporting immune function, regulating metabolism, and promoting cellular repair. Dr. Li highlights that the key takeaway is not to suddenly embark on an extreme exercise program, but rather to find ways to integrate more consistent movement into our own daily lives. This could involve taking the stairs instead of the elevator, walking or cycling for short errands, incorporating short bursts of activity into our workday, or finding enjoyable physical hobbies like gardening or dancing. The goal is to make movement a natural and sustainable part of our routine, much like it is in many long-lived cultures. He often encourages us to think about how we can activate our day, finding opportunities for movement in even the simplest tasks. This shift in mindset, from viewing exercise as a separate and often burdensome activity to seeing movement as an integral part of a healthy day, can make a significant difference in our overall activity levels and, potentially, our long-term health trajectory. The example of his great-uncle's daily walk serves as a gentle reminder that consistent, purposeful movement, even at a moderate intensity, can be a powerful contributor to a long and vibrant life. Now, before we delve deeper into practical strategies for integrating more consistent physical activity into our daily lives, we want to build a supportive community around this vital topic. If you are finding Dr. Lee's insights on longevity and activity levels valuable and are motivated to move your body more consistently, please take a moment to like this video. Share it with your friends and family who you believe could also benefit from understanding this important link. Subscribe to our channel for more empowering content on health and well-being. And most importantly, we invite you to share your own thoughts and experiences in the comments below. What are some of the ways you currently integrate physical activity into your daily routine? What are some small, sustainable changes you plan to make to move your body more consistently? Your stories and insights can inspire others and help us build a collective understanding of the power of integrated movement for a longer and healthier life. Let's learn and grow together. Integrating more consistent physical activity into our daily lives doesn't require a complete overhaul of our routines. It's about finding small, sustainable opportunities to move more throughout the day. Dr. Lee emphasizes that the key is to make movement a natural and enjoyable part of our lives, rather than viewing it as a chore or an obligation. By focusing on activities we like and finding ways to weave them into our existing schedules, we are much more likely to stick with them over the long term and reap the associated benefits for our health and longevity. One practical strategy Dr. Lee often suggests is to look for activity anchors in our day. These are existing routines or events that we can link with a short burst of physical activity. For example, we might decide to take a 10-minute walk after our morning coffee, do some stretching during our lunch break, or take a short walk after dinner. By attaching movement to existing habits, we are more likely to remember and consistently incorporate it into our day. Another accessible approach is to simply reduce sedentary time. Dr. Lee encourages us to be mindful of how much time we spend sitting each day and to look for opportunities to break up long periods of inactivity. Setting a timer to get up and move around for a few minutes every hour, even if it's just a short walk around the room or some simple stretches, can make a significant difference over the course of the day. Small, frequent movements can be just as beneficial as longer, less frequent workouts for certain aspects of our health. Making movements social can also increase our motivation and enjoyment. Dr. Lee highlights his great-uncle's daily walks with friends as a perfect example of combining physical activity with social connection. Finding a walking buddy, joining a dance class, or participating in a group exercise activity can make movement more fun and provide a sense of accountability. Social interaction can also have its own positive effects on our health and well-being, further enhancing the benefits of physical activity. Dr. Lee also encourages us to think creatively about how we can incorporate movement into our daily tasks. Choosing to take the stairs instead of the elevator, carrying groceries instead of using a cart for small purchases, or even pacing while on phone calls can all contribute to our overall activity levels. By adopting a mindset of looking for opportunities to move, we can gradually increase our daily physical activity without making drastic changes to our routines. The concept of making the healthy choice the easy choice also applies to physical activity. Dr. Lee suggests making small environmental changes that encourage movement, such as keeping walking shoes by the door, having a stability ball or standing desk at our workspace, or choosing destinations that are within walking or cycling distance whenever possible. By making movement more convenient and accessible, we are more likely to engage in it regularly. Dr. Lee emphasizes that the goal is not to strive for elite athletic performance, but rather to cultivate a consistent pattern of movement that supports our long-term health and vitality. Just as his great-uncle's daily walks contributed to his longevity, finding our own sustainable rhythm of physical activity integrated into the flow of our daily lives can be a powerful cornerstone of a longer and healthier future. It's about embracing movement as a natural and enjoyable part of our day, just as it is in many of the world's long-lived populations. In conclusion, Dr. Lee reminds us that while direct scientific comparisons of activity levels and extreme longevity are complex, the consistent integration of physical activity into daily life appears to be a significant factor in the well-being of long-living populations, exemplified by his great-uncle's daily walks. Embracing regular movement, even in simple and enjoyable forms, is a fundamental principle for supporting our physical health, vitality, and potentially our longevity. It's about making movement a natural and sustainable part of our everyday routines. He encourages us to identify one small way we can increase our consistent physical activity starting today. Perhaps it's taking a short walk during a break, choosing the stairs, or finding a way to move more during a daily task. Every step we take towards more consistent movement is a step towards a healthier and potentially longer life. Now, as we conclude this insightful discussion on longevity and activity levels, we want to invite you to become an active part of a supportive community dedicated to embracing the benefits of regular movement. If you have found Dr. Lee's insights valuable and are motivated to integrate more consistent physical activity into your daily life, please take a moment to like this video. Share it with your friends and family who you believe could also benefit from understanding this important link. Subscribe to our channel for more empowering content on health and well-being. And most importantly, please share your own experiences and tips in the comments below. What are some of the ways you currently integrate movement into your day? What are some small, sustainable changes you plan to make to move more consistently? Your stories and wisdom can provide invaluable support and encouragement to others seeking to make movement a natural and enjoyable part of their journey towards a longer and healthier life. Let's connect, share, and empower each other to move our way to greater well-being. Thank you for joining us.